This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter and welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, August the 4th, is a golfing icon who was a legend in the 70s and 80s, winning 8 majors and being the PGA money leader 5 times. He was number 1 in the player from 78 to 82. And in 83, 84, he ended up in second place behind Sep4. Watson, well, is known for his longevity. At 60 years old, he actually nearly won the British Open, which would have obliterated the record for oldest golfer to get a major. This guy was iconic. 5 British Opens. Can you imagine? 5 British Opens, 2 Masters, and a US Open title. He never won the PGA Championship, which would have been he would have been one of only 6 golfers to get the career Grand Slam. Gene Sarazen, Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and Tiger Woods are the only 5 golfers ever to win at least one of each of the majors. Anyway, Tom Watson was an icon, and that's who he is. He's 73 years old today. So he was born in Kansas City, Missouri. He attended Stanford, playing on the golf team and getting a degree in psychology in 71. Anyway, Tom Watson was a member of the Kansas City Country Club, but when an applicant was denied because of his Jewish faith, Watson, whose wife and 2 kids were Jewish, said, "It was a personal decision. I don't think my family was welcome. It was time to say, hey, let's be fair to people, not judge people on the basis of race or faith." So Watson resigned. However, the Jewish applicant, who was actually the H&R Block founder, the tax place, was ultimately admitted to the club as well as other minorities. So anyway, Watson joined the PGA Tour in 1971, hiring Bruce Edwards. It would be one of the best player-caddy relationships since Tiger Woods and the Steve Williams. Anyway, Tom Watson almost won the 74 U.S. Open, but he choked in the final round, having a good lead and all that. Anyway, Byron Nelson comforted him and said he would work on the game. Nelson teaching Tom Watson. Watson, 2 weeks after the Winged Foot collapse, actually won his first PGA Tour event at the Western Open. Watson's game really advanced quickly, and he won his first major championship at the 75 British Open in his first appearance at the Open. Watson won the playoff against Jack Newton to gain it. In fact, Watson's only one of 4 players since World War II to win the British Open title on their debut. Ben Hogan in 1953. Surprised he never went to the British Open. Tony Lema in 1964. And Ben Curtis 2003 were the others. Anyway, Watson would win his second major in 1977, being the Masters champion, dueling with Jack Nicklaus, one of the best duels around. But it wouldn't be the last time he would duel with Jack Nicklaus in 1977. At the British Open at Turnberry, it was memorable. Watson versus Nicklaus. So they were paired in the final round. They were tied after 16 holes. Nicklaus botched a putt on 17 as Watson made his birdie. Watson drove into the rough. Watson drove the fairway. Watson made his fantastic birdie with his second straight 65, winning the second British Open of his career and going 12 under par. The funny thing is that Watson and Nicklaus were at 12. Well, Watson was at 12 under. Nicklaus was at 11 under. The next third place was Hubert Green, and he was 1 under par. Only 1 under par. Watson missed a key 10-foot par putt to force a playoff with Gary Player in 1978. He looked like he was going to crush it. Yeah, he looked like he was going to crush it in 1978 at the PGA Championship. He had a 5-stroke lead after 54 holes, but botched it and lost to John Mahaffey in a sudden death playoff. Watson, that was his best chance for the PGA Championship. Watson took part in the Monday finish at the Masters in 79, losing the Fuzzy Seller. In 1980, he won the British Open at Murfield by 4 strokes. He was consistent, winning 6 tournaments on the PGA Tour. So anyway, Watson would win the Masters in 1981 by 2 strokes over Jack Nicklaus, and Johnny Miller. He did pretty well. Watson wanted to win the U.S. Open, and the one in 1982 at Pebble Beach was memorable. He was dueling with Jack Nicklaus again. Man, those two always come close together. Watson on the par 317 botched a shot. It made it into the rough just off the green. It was a chip shot downhill on a fast green. Nicklaus figured that he was going to win his 5th U.S. Open, but Watson's chip shot hit the flagstick and fell into the cup, giving him a birdie and winning the tournament over Nicklaus. It was one of the best chip shots in history. In fact, Watson, when he won at Royal Troon in Scotland, became the 3rd golfer since World War II to win the U.S. Open and British Open in the same year. Ben Hogan in 1953 and Lee Trevino in 1971 were the other two. Tiger Woods would match that feat in 2000. Anyway, Watson was actually down by 7 shots after 2 rounds. However, Nick Price made a couple of boo-boos and Watson capitalized. Watson nearly had another U.S. Open title in 83, but he missed by a stroke over Larry Nelson. However, he won his 5th British Open and his 8th and final major in 1983 at Royal Birkdale. Strange enough that the one at Royal Birkdale was the only British Open title he won of the 5 he won in England. The other 4 were in courses in Scotland. Because the British Open, British. Anyway, Watson would fall flat in the 84 Masters, losing to Ben Crenshaw. Tom Watson botched his chance to win his 3rd straight British Open, which would be amazing, and would have the 6th title to tie Harry Vardon's record. But anyway, Watson, after 84, had some slumps and all that. The problem with Watson later on in his career was that his putting was not the best and all that. Anyway, Watson, at the 2003 U.S. Open at age 53, he was actually in the lead by shooting a 65 with Bruce Edwards carrying his clubs and giving advice. But Bruce Edwards was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease. And, their walk together was amazing and all that. But Bruce Edwards would die in 2004. Anyway, Watson was paired up with Jack Nicklaus at the 2005 British Open when Nicklaus finally ended his career, with Luke Donald being the 3rd member of that group. However, at the 2009 British Open at Turnberry, it was amazing. Watson actually in the first round was only 1 stroke back of Miguel Angel Jimenez. In the second round, he actually tied for the lead. So he was at 59, the oldest man to have a lead in any round, after any round of the major. He was up by 1 stroke after 3 rounds. Anyway, Watson needed a par to shock the world to get his 6th British Open, which would tie Harry Vardon's record. And at 60 years old, be the title winner. But he botched his shot. He missed an 8-foot putt, which would have clinched him the title. He would have to go to a 4-hole aggregate playoff with Stuart Sink and couldn't do anything. It was just like shocking. Watson felt so terrible and all that. Because, the 2009 British Open, he had to have a par to win it, but he didn't. So anyway, yeah, Tom Watson was pretty good. He was named Player of the Year 6 times, 77, 78, 79, 80, 82, 84. That actually, he's the only guy ahead of him for most Player of the Years was Tiger Woods, who was given 11. He won the Vardon Trophy for lowest scoring average. He played on 4 Ryder Cup teams in 77, 81, 83, and 89. He was supposed to play in 79, but because his wife was giving birth, he had to withdraw. So Marquez came in. Royal Golf Hall of Fame 1988. Golf course designed in the 1990s. Was ranked the 10th greatest golfer of the 20th century, The oldest player to hold the lead after 54 holes or 3 rounds at a major championship, which is that famed 2009 British Open. The oldest player to lead after any completed round, and the oldest player to shoot under par at the Masters, which he did in 2015. He won the par 3 contest at age 68. He won 70 times professionally, 39 PGA Tours, including 8 majors, 8 European Tour wins. Well, I guess that's the major championships. I guess Japan, he won 4 times. He won it in Australia 1 time. He won the skins game against French couples. Won 14 times on the senior tour. So yeah, he did fantastic. He won 5 British Opens, 2 Masters, a U.S. Open. Could have won the PGA title and make it a career Grand Slam, but he failed. But them's the breaks. Anyway, I'm Jet Diamond. I do.